Blessings, 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 beloved. I am Mama Pam, aka Pamela Dobson, and I do read, beloved, 7 minutes every day, so you do not have to read. Today's read is from First King. We're resuming our read, and we're actually reading ahead. We are ahead of our normal read. Today is actually Tuesday, February the 7th, but we are reading for Friday, February the 10th. 2023, which is what I like to try to do. Stay ahead. All right, so we'll be reading from the King James Version of the Word of God. The timer set, 7 minutes. You see it? Okay, it's okay. There you go. Oh, you can't hardly see it. Got to hold it. 7 minutes. First Kings, the 5th chapter, the 15th verses. Reading from the King James Version of the Word of God, and it reads, And Solomon had 10,000 that bare burdens, and 80,000 hewers in the mountains, besides the chief of Solomon's officers, which were over the work, 3,300 which ruled over the people that wrought in the work. And the king commanded, and they brought great stones, costly stones, and hewed stones, to lay the foundation of the house. And Solomon's builders and Hiram's builders did hew them, and the stones quarters. So they prepared timber and stones to build the house. Chapter 6. And it came to pass in the 480th year of the children of Israel. And it came to pass in the 480th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, in the 4th year of Solomon's reign over Israel, in the month Ziph, which is the 2nd month, that he began to build the house of the Lord. And the house which King Solomon built for the Lord, the length thereof was 3 cubits, 60 cubits, the breadth thereof 20 cubits, and the height thereof 30 cubits. And the porch before the temple of the house, 20 cubits was the length thereof, according to the breadth of the house, and 10 cubits was the breadth thereof before the house. And for the house he made windows of narrow lights. And against the wall of the house he built chambers round about, against the walls of the house round about, both of the temple and of the oracle. And he made chambers round about. The nethermost chamber was 5 cubits broad, and the middle was 6 cubits broad, and the third was 7 cubits broad. For without, in the wall of the house, he made narrow rest round about, that the beam should not be fastened in the walls of the house. And the house, when it was in building, was built of stone, made ready before it was brought thither, so that there was neither hammer, nor axe, nor any tool of iron heard in the house while it was in building. The door for the middle chamber was in the right side of the house, and they went up winding stairs into the middle chamber and out the middle to the third. So he built the house and finished it, and covered the house with beams and boards of cedar. And then he built chambers against all the house, 5 cubits high, and they rested on the house with timber of cedar. And the word of the Lord came to Solomon, saying, Concerning this house, which thou art in building, if thou walk in my statutes and execute my judgments and keep all my commandments to walk in them, then I will perform my word with thee, which I spake unto David thy father. And I will dwell among the children of Israel, and will not forsake my people Israel. So Solomon built the house, and he finished it. And he built the walls of the house within with the boards of cedar, both the floor of the house and the walls of the ceiling, and he covered them on the inside with wood, and he covered the floor of the house with planks of fir. And he built 20 cubits on the sides of the house, both the floor and the walls, with boards of cedar. He even built them for it within, even for the oracle, even for the most holy place. And the house, that is, the temple before it, was 40 cubits long. And the cedar of the house within was carved with knobs and open flowers. All was cedar, there was no stone seen. And the oracle he prepared in the house within to set there the ark of the covenant of the Lord. And the oracle in the forepart was 20 cubits in length, and 20 cubits in breadth, and 20 cubits in the height thereof. And he overlaid it with pure gold. and so covered the altar, which was of cedar. So Solomon overlaid the house within with pure gold. And he made a partition with the chains of gold before the oracle, and he overlaid it with pure gold. And the whole house he overlaid with gold until he had finished all the house. Also, the whole altar, that was the whole altar that was by the oracle, he overlaid with gold. And within the oracles, he made two cherubims of olive tree, each 10 cubits high. And 5 cubits was the one wing of the cherub, and 5 cubits was the other wing of the cherub, from the uttermost part of one wing unto the uttermost part of the other 10 cubits. And the other cherub was 10 cubits. Both the cherubims were of one measure and one size. The height of the one cherub was 10 cubits, and so was it of the other cherub. And he set the cherubims within the inner house, and they stretched forth the wings of the cherubims, so that the wing of one touched the one wall, and the wing of the other cherub touched the other wall. And the wings touched one another in the midst of the house. And he overlaid the cherubims with gold. And he carved all the walls of the house round about with carved figures of cherubims and palm trees, and open flowers within and without. And the floors of the house were overlaid with gold within and without. And for the entering of the oracles, he made doors of olive tree. The lintel and side posts were a fifth part of the wall. The two doors also were of olive tree, and he carved upon them carvings of cherubims and palm trees and open flowers, and overlaid them with gold, and spread gold upon the cherubims and upon the palm trees. So also made he for the door of the temple posts of olive tree, a fourth part of the wall. And the two doors were of fir tree. The two leaves of one door were folding, and the two leaves of the other door were folding. And he carved thereon cherubims and palm trees and open flowers, and covered them with gold fitted upon the carved work. And he built the inner court with 3 rows of hewed stone and a row of cedar beams. In the 4th year was the foundation of the house of the Lord laid, in the month Ziph. And in the 11th year, in the month Bul, which is the 8th month, was the house finished throughout all the parts thereof, and according to all the fashion of it. So was he 7 years in building it. May the Lord add a blessing to you, the hearer, and me, the reader of this precious and sacred word of God. We had about 12 or 13 more seconds left, and we just ended it there. We'll be coming back on tomorrow. 1 King, the 6th chapter. 1 King, the 6th chapter. Again, I want to say thank you for stopping by and reading the Word of God with us every day. 7-minute read. This is who we are, 7-minute read. SMRF family, 7-minute read family, 7-minute read follows, just 7-minute read faithful folk. And if the Lord lays upon your heart to give a donation, feel free, $ MamaPam23, $ MamaPam23. We are not doing these right now. I will not be broadcasting live until we come back the first part of March. Went to the doctor today, and we are healing wonderfully because God is my healer. All right. God bless until the next read. Love you.